Hey everybody, Poker Dad here. First video in about a week, and I'm going to be doing a gameplay video because I've put up a couple study videos. Now I'm going to put up a gameplay video here. I'm going to be playing 2 tables of 50 NL Zone. We're going to get 1,000 hands in 2 hours, which I should be able to do. Just going to set my timer. So I actually created a poker schedule now, where from 8 to 9 I'm doing study. Then I'm playing from 9 to 11, and then 11 to midnight I am doing a session review. So let me just get my timer ready and then we'll dive into this. And the reason why I'm setting it for 2 hours is because this way then, I don't stop playing if I'm up too big or stop playing if I am losing, because that's a problem is I stop playing when I'm losing, and when, sometimes I don't accept variance. So anyway, let's roll into it. I'm starting the timer and let's get going. I will try to explain as much as possible what I'm doing, but for the most part, just try and follow along. I meant to actually buy chips here. So I'm going to fold the queen 4. I'm just going to be folding and reacting when it comes to my turn on the tables. This makes it a little bit easier, especially since, it does move very fast to begin with anyway. And you only get 15-second time back, which kind of course, sucks about zone. Queen 2, unfortunately, one of the worst possible defend hands there. Just can't really do much about that one. But hey, we get to play 6-3 offsuit. Not much of a flop, though, of course. So we'll check and get out of the way to anything that happens here. A6 is a fold over here. I think we can safely just throw in a little more money because we know we're not going to win this hand. The thing is, if I have a situation going over here, I can't be afraid to time out on one table if I don't have anything going. It's not a big deal timing out. Just sit back in the table when we're ready to go. Think about maybe eventually doing Twitch at some point. We'll see. I think it would be pretty fun too when I have enough of a following. So if I have 47 followers here, which I appreciate, anybody who's watching and following the channel, I really do appreciate that. So far, not much going on either one of these tables. We'll move on at least with this one here. We'll move on with one of the tables. With nothing going on, no reason to at least not move one of the tables forward. We'll bump up the pair of twos here. We do get a call. No set. You think this doesn't really hit these guys too well, so I'm actually going to throw out a c-bet here. I do connect to it. And we take that one down, which is nice. We could definitely bump up this here versus the big blind. Get a call. We do have a backdoor flush draw, so I'm okay throwing out a bet here. And definitely going to fold to that 3-bet with the 9-8 offsuit. And this here, we'll bump it up, $1.50. We'll make it 2. Get him to fold any just medium type hands. King, Queen, Jack, good one here to throw out a C-bet. He calls it. 8's probably much better for him, doesn't really help me at all, so check this off here. So I'm going to fold. And we'll fold this up here. Second fold. Whole point there is I was connected, you know, good spot to C-bet there. Backdoor straight draw potential. Especially with a paired board too. Definitely got a flop that we can C-bet here. Pretty dry board. Turn it to bet big here. Fold the king 7 here. It's 5-4, I can raise with folds to me. It doesn't. Fold it out. Queen Jack offsuit under the gun, we can fold. Five, 4 offsuit, we'll definitely fold this. Bottom pair, pretty bad kicker here. Dollar bet on this particular board here. I'm actually going to fold it up. Especially when my bottom pair is also worst possible kicker. Or second worst possible kicker, so. Not looking to bet there. Good old ace king offsuit. Not one of my favorite hands. Stay out of trouble that time. 9-2 offsuit. Bottom pair. I mean, obviously not much gonna do here. We're just forced to play this one. Let's see, big blind versus a button. So 10-10 is actually just a call here. 9-8 here, interesting board. This would actually be a check though. We check call this board. He checks to us here, which is interesting. So 10's actually a dry board. Let's check it back. I think now we can bet here. Let's see, we'll check again. Really dry board. 2 jacks here. To 8. I could fold this one up. And he takes it down with a jack here. I'll have to top up when I pass through there again. Which would be a good spot to do that now. Queen 10 offsuit, big blind versus middle position. That's a fold. Well, with the 2 jacks, if I hit the 8, if he has a jack, he's gonna have a full house too. And I'll have the worst full house, so I think it's definitely the right spot to fold in that one. A6 offsuit here. If it was a dollar bet, we would have called. Let's see, we fold up. This here, definitely going to throw out a bet. Let's do a pot size bet. This guy's super stacked. Ace-9 here, we can call. Check it off a fold here. Backdoor flush draw. Definitely just throw out a half pot bet here. I don't need to throw out anything more. Just hit both the guys' range pretty good. Fortunately, we don't hit a flush. I'm gonna check around now, and we'll get out of here. Oh, we actually took that down. All right, I'll take it. Interesting. Get top pair on a flush board. I want to make this a big bet here. Definitely I'm glad I made it a big bet with another club coming out. Get a 3-bet here. I'm going to fold it with another guy left to act, especially a short stack player who might very well go all in. Queen 9 here. This spot here, no jack, so we'll check it. Yeah. Just gonna check again here. Well, we got a straight, so might as well throw out a half pot bet and see if we get anything. I didn't think we'd get a call there. Just a $6 3-bet. And suited we can raise here. Alright, backdoor flush. Pretty dry board. We'll throw out a half pot bet here. Ace 4, we're going to fold that up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do have a potential, let's try another bet here. Queen 8 would fall, Queen 8 would raise. Middle pair, backdoor flush draw. We'll just check behind here. 2-2, we're definitely going to fold this. I don't have to fold him. Can raise it up. Overbet here on this one. Pair of queens. Fold that. Queen 4 we can fold. That Queen 8, by the way, in the cutoff. That was a bad open. Queen 8 in the cutoff was a little bit too loose. That should have been a fold. Queen 9 is the first suited queen I should be open raising from the cutoff. So I should have actually folded that Queen 8 suited. We'll 3-bet the Jack 10 suited. Of course, we're 3-betting this up here. Make this 7. Alright, definitely can just throw out a bet here. Here we're definitely going to throw out a bet as well. He raises me here, so we're definitely going to fold this. He raises me here, which is interesting. Could definitely be worried about a set here, but we're definitely going to call it. He's short stacked, so let's just get it all in. He has a queen, so he's got to avoid a jack here. And we take it down. Uh, 7-6 here, multi-way. Actually, I don't mind calling, because you can do stuff with it. So we do have a gut shot here. I just hope we can see a turn for free. It would be nice. If not, we'll just fold it up. We don't get a free turn, so we'll just fold this up here. Queen 8 will definitely fold. So Queen 9 here, we'll fold that up. 3-4 suited from middle position, we'll fold that up. Jack 4, fold that up. Ace 4, fold that up. Sorry if I'm talking low, but I'm just like trying to really concentrate here. So you're just hearing my thoughts out loud while I focus. Because playing two tables of zone, I'm not so used to it. But it's something I need to get used to. Last night I played two tables with Global Poker, did pretty well with that. I mean, four tables, because I really need to pick up my volume. Okay, queen suited, of course I'm going to raise that up. And the ace jack. Good flop for me here. Let's do a pot-sized bet, close to a pot-sized bet here. This one here we'll check behind. Still looks good. We don't hit our flush, unfortunately. Here we can check behind. The 9 is interesting. Just about a half pot bet here. See, we'll just take this thing down. Triple barrel. Get a fold out of this. Yeah, we did. Good. Yeah, betting was really the only play there. He could have also been on a flush draw as well that missed. We could have won. We could have definitely won if we check behind. But if he has an ace, if he had like an ace, ace of hearts flush draw, then obviously we would have lost. So that's why it's just better betting there. And I bet pretty low. He was either going to call or he was going to fold. So no reason to bet bigger. I don't think the bet size would have changed anything there. We'll just check behind here. I should really take a mini break at 10 o'clock, so I'm not playing straight 2 hours through, just to rest my eyes for a minute. So I will definitely do that at 10 o'clock. Just take like a 5-minute break. I think that's probably the good thing to do. At least it seems logical. Gotta stay fresh. Oh, the $5 bet there. I mean, who the hell is calling that? So middle position versus under the gun, ace 10 suited. It's actually a 3-bet here. 5-7 suited. Bump it up. And we'll make this 4.5. Would like to see him fold. He calls. So, I mean, it's a good flop for us. Definitely would like to bet here. Get a call. Don't love that. Gonna check behind here. And his draw gets there if he has it. And he has ace king, so 10-10 here. Definitely can bump this up. Really can make a case in the multi-way pot I really shouldn't be betting like that. Actually, that's something I really need to think about the rest of the session is in multi-way pots, staying away from bluffing. It's hard to win multi-way pots anyway to begin with, so bluffing in them probably not the best idea. Here, bump it up 4. So lesson learned there. Here we're definitely going to call the 7s. To the weird bet. Interesting board. We have 2 outs to improve here. Perfect one to check on here. Small blind, jack 7 is a fold. And we found a way to take it down. Always nice. Any way we can get it. Here, definitely going to throw out a bet here. Good for my range. Plus we get the straight draw as well. Knock out those flush draws that are on there by betting pretty high. I always find it interesting how you don't accidentally run into yourselves when you're playing 2 tables of a fast fold. Like you're actually betting versus yourself. So at least here I have a 2. Oh, the Rays were definitely folding out of this now. Of course, this does connect really well with their boards, so it connects much better with them. So maybe a check would have been better. Have to think about that. It really didn't connect with me too well anyway. When I say connect, I mean connect to what my range would look like. And we are playing NL50, so he would definitely 3-bet. This guy's short stack. Got to keep that in mind. I'm still using those ranges that I created. You can find out in one of my past videos if you're interested in seeing how I created my ranges. Terrible flop for me. Not really a great flop for anybody, but you know, some ace-5 has got a straight, of course. And still the board just continues to be no bueno. So I'll definitely fold out of here. Not much happening here. Interesting spot here to get 3-bet from, so we'll just call it. This button versus cutoff, ace-10 off suits a fold. Here we'll just check to him. He was the 3-better, so we check call it. Here, raise it up here. $6. I'm gonna definitely have to call. He shoves here. I can't call a shove with a queen. Here we have an open ender. Gonna go pot this one, especially with the flush draw out there. Fold that. Alright, this here we're definitely gonna 3-bet up. $6. Good flop for us here, assuming he doesn't have a queen. Let's just bet pretty big here because it's a pretty scary board. He calls, so we just have to hope he doesn't have a queen here. 4 comes out, doesn't really help anybody, so I don't see any problem here with continuing to bet. Take it down. Pair of twos, raise it up. We're definitely gonna fold that. Thank you for betting. Middle pair. Definitely just going to check back here. If it was a drawy board, I would have bet. $2 bet, of course, we'll definitely call. It could be have a pair of 8s. Could be on a flush draw trying to grab it. 5 comes out. This hill will definitely fold. Hand does not approve. Half pot bet is interesting. Yeah. The half pot bet kept me in, but then again, you know, is he really going to bet again with the ace being out there? If he doesn't have an ace, probably not. So probably should have been a fold. That was one where I just like called it because I wanted to see what he had. but really it should have been a fold. Two to that open, we're going to fold. Two under the gun open, we'll fold that. I think ace 8 I have is cut off. Yes, I do. Still my bottom ace. This is an interesting board here. Top pair. Kind of drawy, but I'm going to check it here. That flush comes out, which is not great. I do at least have a club, but now it's possible we could take this down here. If somebody has 10, they have 3 10s, so just checks through and we pull it out with an ace. Yeah, we did. In theory, I really should have c-bet there because the 2 clubs being on the board. This is when we just can steal this pot right now. I did that because we had 8, 9, 10 there, so we can improve to a gut shot or an open ender. What was the point of my bet there? And if we can get him off the pot and possibly improve our hand, why not? Definitely a 3-bet here if we get the opportunity, and we do. $6, which is my standard versus $1.50 open from the big blinds. Here we get a limp here, King Jack offsuit from the cutoff on a limp. I'm going to fold that. So we get a pair of 10s here, out of position, King 4-2, we can check it here. Check call it here if you're going to try and take a stab. Flush draw, we get 3 behind 10s, which is really interesting here. But we're going to check and see if we can get a bluff out of him. We do have a set at least. Here, fold. And really no reason to raise it here. Let's just check it again, just hope he... Oh, we have a full house, so I missed the 4s. Hopefully he does have a flush. Because then we can go over the top. Bet, bet, bet. Perfect. Now we will go all in. Call it. Nope, great pot though. Nice one. Still, I like to check there because with the full house, there's no purpose in me betting there because I can get him to induce a bluff there and me get something out of it, especially since he became the aggressor in that hand, which is why I'm checking off even with the full house. So there you go. Good stuff. Here we are in the big blind with ace 8 offsuit. 3-way pot. Just call it. Backdoor flush. 3-way pot. Not going to play with draws here, as we've mentioned before. Queen 10 I should have raised there. Actually, that was a mistake. That was a mistake. I lost my concentration for a minute. That was a mistake. I should have definitely raised there. Queen 9. Big blind versus middle position. Queen 9 suited. It's actually a call. I guess we could raise it up. This is an open ender here and a straight draw. So I'm going to raise this here. We'll do a 3x raise. 3.75 times. Well, really I can call it. I don't have to raise it because I have the 9, so we'll just call it. Ace comes out again. He's over betting again on this. King comes out. I gotta call it. Don't get our straight, unfortunately. Now we gotta fold it. I'm gonna have to look at that one and see if that was the right call or not. If there was time back there, it would have been really nice. Backdoor flush draw, so definitely raising that up. I mean, definitely calling that. Flush here, we could just take this one down. Just take the pot. Here, pre-flop aggressive. Alright, definitely want to raise this up here. Yeah, it's definitely what I'm going to have to look at and see if I should be calling that turn bet or not. I mean, I still have so many outs. I still have 8 outs. Plus going to improve with another 9 as well. So I think that was the right call. But that's why we study. Because sometimes when you have a 15-second time bank, kind of tough to make these decisions on the fly, and you just got to go with it. I mean, granted, of course, the other issue was the fact that you overbet, so I wasn't getting good odds to call. You could take a look at that as well. The fact he was doing pot size bet, and that could be a reason to fold. Interesting. I'll take a look at it. We will take a look. Ace Queen versus under the gun open. Button versus under the gun. Ace Queen offsuit's actually a call, believe it or not. And you get a 3-bet here, so we're going to at least call the 3-bet. I don't mind, you know, this guy's is short stack, but I'm not worried about him going over the top with his smallish bet there. If he does, we'll fold it. Because I'm not folding Ace Queen. Unfortunately, the flop is kind of meh. We get the check through. We get to see one more card. Hopefully. We got a gut shot. If a king shows up. We do have that queen of diamonds, which kind of helps there too. We'll have one more free card, but I'm not going to call a bet here. We get a pair of queens. Of course, ace king got there. Yeah, I can't call that because if he has ace king, he got there, so I have to fold this up. And he was the one to 3-bet, so definitely ace king was definitely a good possibility for him. Two. We're getting a lot of 2-2s this session so far. I'm doing all my 2-2s as well. Nothing really doing here. You know, if you'd be interested in me having a Twitch stream of my sessions, let me know, and I'd be happy to actually set up a Twitch account. I have a Twitch account, but I mean to actually stream. I would only stream Ignition though. I won't stream Global Poker. I'm kind of hesitant to do that. I know it's against their terms of service, and also I don't know, I just don't want to stream Global Poker. I don't mind streaming this. I wouldn't mind streaming this because there's no player names, but I wouldn't be comfortable streaming Global Poker. Big blinds here. Definitely going to call it the fours. No set, so we'll get out of the way if he c-bets us here. He checks back. Again, we get his check here. I don't believe the 6 is going to do much for him. He checks again. 7, you have a flush here. Potential flush. I think he would have been betting flushes though. Might be able to actually get him on a... Try and just knock him out right here. But he checks it. And he has a 7, so... here we have a gut shot straight draw if we can get a 10. Definitely going to call that bet. We get a pair of jacks. So if he has ace 10, he's got a straight there. There's 2-pair possibility as well. $2.25 is interesting. I'm just going to call his bet. I'm not going to 3-bet it. Alright, we take that one down. A little min bet here. Kind of a weird bet. I don't mind betting here again. I don't think he's doing that with a flush. Is interesting. Ace king I could be a little bit worried about here, but with that kind of bet we're just gonna have to call it. And we'll just check back here. Pair of 5s. Interesting line he took. I'm not really sure what he was doing, but that's okay. See if we get some action with the aces. Nope. And keep in mind also, he bet like $2.25 with a pair of 5s, which is interesting. A little reckless. 10s here, I believe we're going to 3-bet it. Oh no, we're actually going to call it. Versus short stack too. You know, he's a fishy player. Throwing out not a min bet is interesting. Definitely will call this, see if we can get a set. We don't. Ace comes out. Don't love that. Multi-way pot. I would be tempted to just fold this here on a dry board, especially if he calls. But yeah, I'm gonna let the 10s go here. Ace 7 button versus under the gun. That is actually a fold. Like at that point there, the 10s just become more of a set mind than anything. But I can't fold the 10s there on that 3-bet. But I could definitely find a way to fold the flop there. We got a 9. So you got a gut shot here. Multi-way pot though. So I think we can find a way to fold. Plus our gut shot involves a 9, which is be the butt end. So, and now we definitely have much reason to fold. Jack, we could bump this up. Ace king. Good old ace king off. Just play it smart and I'll be fine with it. You can play it smart when everybody folds. I do not have a good win rate with ace king offsuit. I should really go through all my ace king offsuit hands and just really study them. Really dig down deep and really study them hard, because I think ace king offsuit is a major leak in my game. Major leak, actually. My win rate is terrible with ace king offsuit. We'll raise this up. Jack 8 off, we'll fold that. Small one is cut off. Fold this guy. Bye bye that guy. 9-2 suited. Fold that up. Up to 7-6 suited. Fold this. 3-bet out of position. I'm going to fold it. In position, I would definitely call. Could definitely 4-bet that as well, but interesting. You know, the $5 size kind of restricts me from doing it, I think. I mean, I could have done it. Kind of playing a little bit conservative. But when I think about it, I can't really check the ranges this second. Get a set here, wet board, definitely want to play this. Raise comes in, 66.6, could be raising me with a draw, so. Alright, well now I got a full house, so he raised me, so we'll check. raise him. $1.48 times 3 equals 444. Bad for him, good for me. Here we'll check. Kings and jacks still. Could have an ace here. Has a straight draw potential. See if he checks it here. If he bets again, we'll fold. Unfortunately, with the full house going on over there, I kind of lost the action here. But there's no way he's betting with... My guess is he had an ace there. But still, I had reason to call the one bet. And again, unfortunately, I kind of lost track of the action on that particular hand. No connectivity here, so we'll just check it. I'll take a break in a couple of minutes, kind of regroup, which I think would be a great idea. Won't be a long break because I'd like to be able to keep the stacks the same, keep this stack here if possible. Play deep. I mean, not that it matters too much. I'll take a 5-minute break if we get timed out. The only thing is I don't like getting timed out because sometimes ignition is just so frustrating with these tables. King Queen off from the big blind. Of course, we would call it versus under the gun. I think that goes without saying. Yep. Here, multi-way, back door, but I'll have to just check through here. I don't think he connects anyway with this board here. I'm just gonna call it if he bet. Here, definitely gonna fold this, and here we'll just check this off and call it. Just hope that a club doesn't come out. No club, so we just check calls. I expect to take it down. Check 5 from the button. It's actually a fold. Jack 6 will fold. Ace 8 will raise. Let's set next big blind on both tables. We'll take a short break. Ace 4 here, definitely gonna 3-bet. This would be definitely a fold. So if we get timed out, we get timed out. It's not a big deal, but definitely want to take a little short break. Small blind calls here. If he bumps it up, then we're going to have to... All right, so this here, definitely going to have to bet. I expect him to fold. He's not going to have an ace. He calls it. Interesting here. I mean, there's a paired board, which could have... Oh, now we know we're good. He calls it, which is nice. I'm not sure if he was going to have a better ace or what there. But obviously, once we hit the full house, it didn't matter. It's a nice pot. Nice pot. Alright, we can fold out of this here since we're not waiting for another table to get to the big blind quicker. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. I'll be right back. Okay, went to the bathroom. That worked out well. A little mental break there and pop back into it. Just got to start my timer again. Greeted with aces, which is nice. Greeted with a 3-bet, which is nice. So make it 11 here. Queen 5-7, which is quite interesting. Definitely going to throw out a c-bet here. Aces over here too. Interesting bet. So make it $3.30. Sixes will call. No sets. We'll get out of the way on this one. He calls it here. 6-6 jack. It's interesting. Definitely gonna throw out a bet. It could just be a half pot bet. This is not a really connected board at all. I should take that down. Interesting. Got the flush draw out there now. Pair of sixes. Definitely want to bet here again. I want to bet bigger now. Let's bet $8. See what fold. Oh, successful with our aces on both tables. Here we fold this. Definitely need to put out a sizable bet here. Let's make it $2. Get a call. He's got Jack 9 or something like that. Definitely want to throw out another bet here to make his draws call. And the 6 comes out here. I'm just going to check behind now. Yeah, there were some 2-pair possibilities out there. Although he probably would have raised it though. I guess I should have thrown out a 3rd barrel. But again, only pair of kings, top pair. If he's got a set or something like that, he's beating me. So I think I got 2 streets of value out of that hand. It's really not bad actually. 8-9 suited here, big blind. I think we just can call it. I mean, I guess I definitely could have 3-bet it there as a squeeze. Get rid of one of these 2 guys. I think really that's the right play there. I think calling there is just a little bit too conservative. So I think really the right play there should have been actually to squeeze in that spot with the suited connector. Could have taken down the pot then, quite possibly. We have kings here now. Interesting board. A little bit wet. Let's try to see bet. Wet in terms of you got the, well, it's got a lot of stuff going on here. You got the pair of fours out there too. Definitely want to throw out another bet here with the top pair. Now we get the full house with the kings. We know he probably doesn't have aces, but I think he's going to call a bet here because he might have a full house too. He will fold. Definitely not worried about aces here, so I mean, what, you know, we just got to hope he doesn't have quads. And he does not. That's our only concern there, but, you know, we're just going to keep betting. If he raises us there, I mean, it would be super hard to have to fold. Small blind versus middle position. A7 suits actually a fold. So it's a small bet though, but stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. Here I'm going to throw out a bet with. Throw out a larger bet with the flush draw out there. Make him, you know, charge him for a flush draw. A7 here. This is button versus cutoff. A7. So definitely want to 3-bet this. So this is good. We got backdoor flush draw, paired board, which I don't love, but you know, this is something actually I'm okay with checking back here. And I'm definitely okay with raising this here. Just to get the initiative back in his hand. We would have hit it anyway. Too bad he didn't call it. Of course, you know, it's a paired board, so he could have hit a full house. So, no problem taking down the pot there. Let's see, we'll fold. This is big blind versus cutoff. I think we're definitely 3-betting this here. I'll fold to a 4-bet. Ace 4, definitely a 3-bet this. $1.75 times 4, $7. Get top pair, backdoor flush draw, which is nice. And I'm okay with throwing out a half pot bet here. Let's see, take it down. Similar situation to the left. $6 raise. Fold to a 4-bet. He does call it. This bet here is interesting. I can actually throw out the bet here. Take it out. The reason I throw out the bet there is because we have connectivity with ace, king, queen for a potential straight. So super dry board too, helpful. Let's see, fold. Ace-6 suited. In this spot here, I believe it's going to be a fold, yep. King, queen will raise this up. Three ways, this board sucks for the king, queen. My range is terrible, better for these guys, so we could easily fault any bet here. Even him in bet. No reason getting involved. Ace-10 definitely need a 3-bet from the small blind. $1.25 times 4 is $5. I keep a calculator near me, so I could do these quick raise numbers here. Nine to bump the 9 up. Bump up the 9s. No set. Dry board. Multi-way pot. Pot size bet. I'm just going to fold it. In the multi-way pot. Only 2 outs. It's not a good call there. King, raise that up. Bye-bye to 5-2. Another 5-2. Fold this up. Nine, 7, goodbye. Queen 2, goodbye. Playing this many hands is really like exercising your brain. It really is. Concentration required. But I kind of like it. 10-9. Do I have this as my undergun? I do. I think this is a good way of doing it though too, is waiting for my turn. To fold, so I'm not like going crazy. Super wet board here. Definitely gonna have to bet him. I'm just gonna bet pot here. Just get him off of any kind of flush. Make him believe I have a flush. Don't love that there. That he happens to call that there. I'm gonna bet one more street here, because if I give it up to him and he bets, I'm gonna have to call. You know, actually, let's just check it off here. All right, works out well. Here now, I feel pretty confident about check calling. We take it down. I can't imagine what he called me with. I'm surprised that he called me without a flush, but he would have raised me too, you know. Here, we're just gonna check this off. Check fold this one. Obviously, unless he's completely bluffing, we lost, so I'm not gonna mess around there. Ace king off. Our favorite. Where's my ace king suited? Haven't really had to play my ace king offs here, which is nice. I just hate playing them. King 8, we can raise that up from the button. Alright, so we have a gut shot here. Definitely going to bet. He bets into me like this, we easily fold it out. Donk bet like that, and a super wet board like there. Not going to be calling that. Queen 2 suited, big blind versus button. If it were a smaller bet, we would. Here, 8-8. We'll call it. Let's just see. 8-8 is actually supposed to be a fold there, but I didn't have too much time to react. He checks to me here. Really kind of interesting. So check back. So we'll fold. If he checks again, we're definitely betting. He could have something like queen, maybe. Yeah, he bets here. A half pot, though, is interesting. But, yeah. We'll fold that. But we'll raise this. 4-3 suited from the cutoff, I think. No, we're actually folding this too. Fourth pair with the 8s. Yeah, I think it's the right thing to fold there. Jack 8 here, fold this, of course. See, queen 10 suited, big blind versus middle position. It's just a call. No 3-bet. Okay, okay, so we'll check call this. He checks out to me. This is going to be a check back. We can call one street here. See if we improve. 2's a blank. Knight 10, Jack, Queen. Yeah, there's no purpose in continuing here. Follow this. So 5-6 button versus cutoff. 6-5 is actually a 3-bet. Oh, it's versus up here. Alright, fold. Good thing. I'm glad I saw that. Glad I noticed that. Almost 3-bet. That would have been a bad 3-bet. Fold. There are definitely going to be some hands here, which I'm very interested to go and look back at. I mean, I'm going to end up playing about 800, maybe 1,000 hands here in this 2-hour session. I think I estimated it would be about 1,000 hands. So I'm sure I'm going to have plenty of hands to go back and look at and see if I made, like, what mistakes I did. Well, not if I made mistakes. We know I'm making some mistakes. That's inevitable. But we'll see what mistakes we made. And I have Drive HUD running, so it's not like I need Poker Tracker to review my session, because Drive HUD's recording all these hands right now anyway. King Queen suited here. Let's see, button versus under the gun. King Queen suited is the 3-bet. This up. This is a fold to 4-bet. Jack 7 suited here. You can call versus bet here. Raise it up. Back to a flush draw. This is really much better for my range here. But, you know, I'm not the pre-flop aggressor. If he c-bets me, I'm definitely going to fold it. I get 3-bet here, which is very interesting. I'm actually going to 4-bet it. So, $10. Get the call. That flop is horrendous. Let's see if we can raise this up. We could end up just folding out of this if he bets. He checks it. 6 comes out. Really doesn't help anybody. But again, you know, if he bets here, I got no purpose here. 6 is not helping anybody. Nobody's, you know. But I can't call if he bets. I'm out of position. He's got the advantage here. He could bluff me, and I'm going to fold. That's what I want to look at. I think that's definitely a 4-bet spot because I'm going to be out of position. I need to try and get him to fold there with the ace-3 suited. So I think that's definitely the right play, 4-betting him there. Fold this. King 10 suited. Yeah, I think it's probably be a call. Yep, it's a call. And this particular board here, well, he's a pre-flop aggressor, so we'll check out to him. We'll check call. Dollar bet, definitely. I can actually raise this here. You can put me on a flush and he folds. I think that's the right play. Let's see, we'll fold. The reason why I'm raising him there is with top pair on that super wet board like that, which is what a flush would do in that spot. Plus I do have top pair at least as well. So definitely a spot I could raise. Here, backdoor flush draw. Plus we got a straight draw happening too. So let's just bet pot here. Bet pot with all the backdoor stuff happening. My hand could definitely improve if he calls it. But I really would like to get a fold there, which is why I'm betting pot. A lot of people are folding to pot-sized bets. And if I have a spot where my hand can improve, then I'm definitely going to give it a shot. Ace 5 suited, cut first position if he... This is a 3-bet. Fold to a 4-bet. He's short stack 37-6-3. Keep that in mind. And like I said, we're folding to a 4-bet, so... Six can fold it. I'm also pretty impressed that I'm able to look over at my ranges on my other screen while doing this as well. I feel pretty good about that. Helps me mitigate mistakes by being able to quickly reference my ranges on my screen. I got 3 screens running. Here we definitely need a 3-bet the ace-3. Don't need to. Great flop for me. Try to c-bet, of course. 7 comes out. 7 is really going to help him more than anything. But I'm going to continue to bet here. Don't hit anything. The 3 comes out. I mean, the 3 is actually at least showdown value. So, let's just throw out another bet here. Triple barrel this in case he was on a draw himself. And we take it down. That's the whole purpose of the triple barrel in there, is because if he's on a draw, he's going to fold that draw when he doesn't hit. And I've learned it's a pretty good strategy. Just might as well just, you know, if he's on a draw, he's not going to want to call 3 bets. You know, and usually without top pair, he's not doing that anyway. Ace 10, we'll call this. Here we got no connectivity, so we're just gonna check fold this anyway. He checks behind, which is great. Now we definitely will check call this. 2-6 here. Multi-way would fold that. Of course, you could always have a better ace than us, so we just call it. I don't think he's on a flush because he would have bet. So we'll just call it and hope he doesn't have a better ace. I don't think he has ace jack, so ace queen, you know, ace king is always possible. We got to call it though. Yeah, straight. 5-4 fold. Well, at least we lost pretty minimal there on that. For the fact that we lost with straight, we did not lose a lot of money, which is good. A 3-bet, of course, we're going to fold the queen 10 to a 3-bet. Got the ace queen. Ace queen suited versus cutoff. Big blind versus cutoff. Ace queen suited. So we actually will call 4-bet. Not a great board here. I'll check it off here. You could say I could have done what I did the last time with the king. A bit more wet. I should have bet it. Now I lost my opportunity. 7 comes out. We'll just check call. I will just check fold. Four comes out here again. I can't bet because I would have bet a flush draw here. No chance I have a 5 that I was calling a 3-bet with pair 5. So we'll just see if we can take it down with ace high. He might throw out a stab. If he throws out a stab, we'll fold. And we split, which I had a feeling was going to happen. I had a feeling we both had ace queen. So that's the case there. See, I definitely should have. I definitely should have bet there. I definitely should have c-bet there, with the king being out there, because he would have definitely folded. So that was a mistake. Here, ace king off in this spot. We gotta, unfortunately, 4-bet it. $13.20. Let's see, we'll fold. I didn't notice the stack size. Both of these guys' stack sizes, and I realize they're both at 13. This is gonna be an all-in pot. Good news is we don't have to put in too much more. But we have no fold equity, of course, I'm sure, versus guy. If he folds, I'll be shocked. And the unfortunate thing is that You know, there's nothing here we can do, and we're kind of just pot committed, so we just got to call and just hope for the best. And we both had the same thing. So there you go. Just be a split pot. At least we both got dead money. I lucked out now, and that was a bad job by me, not noticing his stack size. But then again, I guess it kind of worked out. We got some dead money out of the deal, and so the 6-6 here. Let's see. First in the cutoff, 6-6 is actually $2. I wasn't sure if it was me a limp or if I was raising it, but I checked my limp chart and it is a raise there. This guy is short stack too. A lot of short stacks floating around right now. 5-5 here. We fold this first in middle position open. So here, $1.22 times 4 is $4.88. We'll just make it $5. He's got $86, so he's not short stacked at least. I now will raise it up here. Because I am so deep, I'm actually just going to call this here. And we have an open-ended straight draw, which is really nice. Here we can check. No, actually, we should bet here. And here we check. Good, took that one down. Decided to raise it there, of course, with the open-ended straight draw. Pair of kings. Here we have a nice straight here. 8, 5, so I got a good straight. I know flatting the king seems kind of strange right there, but because I'm so deep, I have the ability to be able to flat kings there. King, queen off, we're just going to call here. Here, we make this 5. And we get back doors, some backdoor goodness, so just bet pot here. Let's see if we can fold. These two, nothing really doing here. No diamond. So we can fold. So this is a interesting board here. We do have a pair, so we're out of c bet here in this one. Queen 7, we're definitely going to call versus small blind. And we get a backdoor flush draw. Definitely don't mind throwing out a bet here. He called that bet, so that's interesting. 7 comes out now. Still so much better for him. Raise here. Check raise. We're definitely going to fold that. We're going to get out of the way on this one too. With the gut shot. Our hand didn't improve there. There's no reason to bet again. The 7 is really much better for him anyway. So, no reason to mess around there. 10-7 suited here. Small blind versus the button is interesting. 10-7 suited, no. Getting a little frisky. Here we check this off. Here we get queens. This 2 we just fold. The 2s. Here we got a short stack player. See, $1.91 here. I'm going to just call his bet here, and we'll just do an SPR. If somebody else 3 bets, we can just call their 3 bet. Just because he's so short stacked, we're going to put them all in. Which I don't mind, of course, but with all these guys left to act here. So there you go, you got a 3 bet. It's trying to squeeze me out. And I'm okay just calling this here. Would have been nice to land a queen, but that's okay. And we'll just, of course, call it. Interesting spot here now. 2, 5. Very wet board. Could still be ahead here. No spade now really kind of sucks. Oh, let's check behind. Thank you. So I should get some of this, no? No. No, because there was no more betting. He got very fortunate. Because he was dead and buried. Oh, good for him. I'm okay at least losing to the short stack than losing to that guy. Unfortunately, we lost. But the way that board ran out was pretty bad. I mean, if he would have bet, I would have folded anyway. So, the way the hand played out, I would have folded on that river. The same exact result would have happened, no matter what. No matter how that hand was played. And I do think that just calling was the right play there. Because he was so short stacked. And especially with other people to follow, but I'm not sure actually. The more I think about it, I'm not really sure. I'll have to look into that one too. On how to play versus a player that short stacked when you have queens. Because I want to 3-bet enough to get him all in. But then, of course, that other guy 3-bet too, which I thought was interesting. But he could have had kings. Speaking of. $6 here. If there's another call, it'll be $7.50. So I think it's $7.50. Three ways, ace out there. Meh, meh, meh. Hate the ace being out there. Only two outs. Oh, the check worked out kind of well. Flush out there now. Let's try and get a fold here. If I get called, it's going to be from some kind of ace. Shove comes in. I don't see how I can really call this. I don't think there's a way I can call this. 10-9 could be doing that. Yeah, we gotta fold this here. It's two pair better, so we just gotta fold it up. Here's gonna be three bet. Similar situation, $7.50. Hopefully this time we fought better. Again, the damn ace being out there kind of sucks. Yeah, I just gotta check call this. Nine being out there. Just check call it. So that's always possible. We'll bet. We're gonna have to at least call one street here. Queen, queen. Here we this is gonna be a check. Seven, definitely gonna bump this up here from the button. And then we can definitely fold to the donk bet. 2-2, we're definitely gonna call there. No set, so we can fold any bet. Jack 10 suited, button versus cutoff. That's interesting. We actually would fold this Jack 10 suited here if he were to bet more than $1, but of course now we're raising it. Queen 6 will fold that. Ace Jack on both. Different set of circumstances, but we're raising them up both. Just gonna check back here. No connectivity with this board, much better for him. Check back again. We do have showdown value here with the ace jack. And we do take it down. Pocket aces. Always nice to see if we get to play them. We will. The guy is 29, so he's short stacked. So this is very likely to be a SPR situation. Except he's going to show me that Jack 8 suited is not in his 3-bet calling range. That's a shame. Here we get 3-bet. So we're out of position here. Ace 8 will fold to the 3-bet. Okay. Queen 7 here is a fold. King's over here. Hopefully we get a better scenario than pocket pairs we've been dealing with lately. Three bet out of position. Of course, I'm going to fold that. This guy's short stacked. 5-6-5 looks good. Definitely want to bet big here. So I'm going to leave $10, and it's interesting, but maybe we'll just call it. No reason to shove over the top here. And we'll just check off to him and then just call his shove now. And just hope he doesn't have some kind of set or something like that. Interesting. Interesting. Called my 3-bet with ace-5 suited. Sometimes crazy things like that will happen. Sometimes these things will happen. Ace-5 suited, calling the 3-bet. I gotta top up here if I don't win this hand. I'll top up next opportunity. Next chance I can, I'll go top up. This is that chance. Didn't think I'd have to be topping up in this session at all, but yeah. I mean, that hand is nothing I can do about that hand, you know. I gotta call that. Here we're definitely at 3-bet, $7.50. Hopefully we flop well. To that size bet, we can fold the king 8 suited. Okay, I'm definitely happy with this flop here. Don't need to bet too big, but want to bet big enough to get a fold would be nice, actually. This will fold. Oh, I didn't look at his stack size. That was my fault. I just got to avoid an ace or a king. And we do. That was my fault for not noticing the stack size. Getting towards the end of the session. You can tell fatigue is definitely setting in here. We're going to push through the final couple minutes. And I definitely look forward to reviewing this session. Take a look at my biggest losing hands and take a look and see what might happen on those. Here, I'm definitely going to throw out a C-bet here. Pretty big one. We can actually overbet this. This raise comes into my overbet. Definitely gonna have to fold it now. Overbet there was because we were drawing to the nuts. Ace 5 suited. He could do good things with Ace 5 suited. Alright, we get middle pair, dry board. So we'll just we can just check back here. Definitely will call this dollar bet. Flush out there is interesting, but hey, I mean, he could have been another flush draw. Let's see, king queen here, which was gonna be 3-bet, and to his overbet here. Fold it. Don't love it, but just can't call that bet. Even though I do have the queen there, if he had a backdoor flush draw, he hit it. Kind of makes sense that he would check, then bet with that flush draw. Bet small with the flush draw, try to get a fold, and then hit it. It is feasible. So we're up here on 2 hours now. So I'm going to start sitting out the big blinds. And then we'll see how we did this session. I'm definitely going to fold this out. Min 3-bet here, even out of position. We can call the 9s here. And we'll just check it off to him. We do have a straight draw, gut shot. Willing to see one more street here. 10, we got just a couple gut shots now. This right here we can check. That was definitely a spot with the 9s. It's just like if I had more time to really think about it. But that's another good one for me to go and review and see if that was the right fold there. So this table's done. As soon as we're done with this table, then we'll see what the final results were for this session. I thank you guys for watching, of course. If you watched all this thing, thank you. You got a lot of time in your hands, but that's okay. I appreciate it. I don't expect anybody to watch this entire video. All right, let's see how we did. You won't be able to see my drive HUD, but I'll let you know what the final numbers were. I was actually pretty relaxed during this whole entire session. I felt pretty good about it, being relaxed during it. I felt like I did 2 hours of zone really well. So I was up $118.94, 714 hands. So definitely fell short of that 1,000 hand goal. And probably the reason for me falling short of 1,000 hands, 714 hands, is because of the fact that I am waiting for folds. But it's like I got to do it that way because or else it would get too overwhelming and I wouldn't be able to handle it. But great session, up 118 bucks, so up a little bit over 2 buy-ins. And now I'm going to go and I'm going to look back at my session and take a look and see those biggest losing hands and see what I could have done differently. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, please subscribe. And until next time, PokerDad